Elon Musk has just launched a $1,000 household robot that dances, performs tasks, and substitutes human work. And the tech world is completely stunned. This is a game changer. Tesla's Optimus robot is no longer a person in a suit. What began as a demonstration of showmanship has turned into an engineering reality that's about to enter our lives. The latest video released by Tesla shows their humanoid robot exhibiting complex movement with unprecedented coordination and balance.
Let's take a look at this dance moves. 6 seconds long. It's great. I'll play it again. And it's just tremendous. The toe heel. Look at that toe heel.
Yeah.
Just watch that. Whoa. I did not notice that was happening.
Yeah, you can see the toe flexing upwards in a controlled manner.
Elon Musk just tweeted a 6-second clip of Optimus dancing, and as ridiculous as that sounds, the stakes are significant. The robot is showing off precise toe-heel movement with amazing balance control. This isn't a robot awkwardly moving position. This is smooth, coordinated motion that takes advanced AI and mechanical engineering in absolute sync.
Milan Kovac did come out and say this, more coming shortly. The team has been working very hard in the background. For those who don't know, Milan Kovac is is a vice president at Tesla who's in charge of the Optimus program. Team has been working very hard in the background, entirely trained in simulation with reinforcement learning. Many optimization fixes have been put in place in our sim-to-real training code. And then he just wanted to point out that the cable was there just in case of a fall. It's not actually holding the bot since this is an earlier result, which will get stable very, very quickly.
What's more remarkable is how Tesla did it. Tesla VP in charge of the Optimus program, Milan Kovac, disclosed that these movements were entirely trained in simulation with reinforcement learning. That is, Tesla engineers did not code every movement by hand. Rather, they set up a virtual environment where the AI was trained through trial and error, then applied that directly to the physical robot.
They can train all of those movements just completely on a computer, and then they can download that program into the robot, and then it will just work, which is really hard to do because simulating the way that all of that is going to work, usually there's some error in that, and so getting that then to work on the robot without it falling over in one try.
Industry insiders are calling this a breakthrough in sim-to-real technology. The ability to train robots in virtual worlds and have the skills perfectly transfer over to the real world. This process allows Tesla to work at breakneck velocities with no damage to the hardware being done in the process of training. It's like teaching a robot to ride a bike without ever letting it fall. What's amazing is that this demo was performed on the Optimus Gen 2 hardware, Tesla's latest prototype. Insiders at Tesla indicate that Gen 3 models are already being tested internally with far more sophisticated capabilities. But Tesla has become increasingly secretive about showing off their latest advancements. Why? Because competitors have been, in Musk's words, creatively borrowing their tech. The timing of the unveiling was not random. Musk showed off several Optimus robots during a highly publicized sit-down with former President Trump and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Musk revealed during the meeting that the Optimus robots were heading to Saudi Arabia, along with Tesla's robo-taxi service and Starlink approval for aviation and maritime use in the kingdom. This global demo highlights Tesla's international aspirations for Optimus. As other firms are designing robots for the factory floor, Musk is placing Optimus in the consumer space and targeting a whopping $1,000 price point. Boston Dynamics Spot Robot Dog costs $74,500, and their Atlas humanoid robot isn't even for sale. How is Tesla going to achieve such a high price level? The answer lies in their production strategy. Tesla has spent years mastering high-volume production with their cars, and they're taking those learnings into robotics. Musk is going to use Tesla's enormous factories, supply chain economies, and vertical integration to push prices down through economies of scale. This is not only a matter of creating neat robots, it is a matter of economics. Musk has said that Optimus will be the biggest product of all time by far, and predicted it will be 10 times bigger than the next biggest product ever made. Pressed to put a figure on this assertion, Musk valued the robot market at $39 trillion, nearly the whole of the global labor market, which is presently worth $44 trillion. These are not just bragging rights. Tesla is actually retooling production lines to bring robot production on a vast scale to life. Internal reports reveal starting production targets of 10,000 in 2025, rising to hundreds of thousands in 2026 and millions in 2027. The ambitious timeline has sent shockwaves throughout the technology sector, with firms such as Boston Dynamics, Agility Robotics, and Figure rushing to advance their own development timelines. What exactly are these robots going to be doing around the house? Tesla imagines Optimus doing everything from cooking and cleaning to lawn mowing and elderly care. Instead of single-purpose robots that are focused on one activity, Optimus is a multi-purpose assistant capable of learning new activities through demonstration and natural language commands. The secret to this flexibility lies in Tesla's AI architecture, which they access using the same foundation they utilize to power their autonomous driving technology. The robot utilizes computer vision, natural language comprehension, and reinforcement learning to interpret and navigate the human world. Tesla engineers have created custom neural networks that enable Optimus to recognize household objects, grasp spatial geometry, and carry out precise manipulations. Analysts in the industry have been especially impressed by the dexterity the robot has been shown to have. In new video footage presented to investors, Optimus could grab hold of delicate items such as glassware and eggs, movements that have heretofore been all but unthinkable for robots to make. Tesla's specially designed hands and actuators provide this fine motor capability with sensitive tactile feedback systems. But the most groundbreaking feature is perhaps the learning architecture. Whereas conventional robots have to be extensively programmed for every new task, Optimus can watch human demonstrations and convert them into its own actions. In internal testing, Tesla engineers could train the robot to perform new tasks in hours, not weeks. This ability is a game changer for robotics, from rigidly programmed machines to learning helpers that get better over time. Every Optimus will be tied into Tesla's neural network so that all the robots can gain from the learning of the entire fleet. That means your home robot will get better and better as the worldwide fleet solves and adapts to new situations. The labor market implications are huge. Priced at $1,000 a unit is what Musk is aiming for. Optimus would cost less than what a minimum wage worker would earn in a month in most developed economies. Though Tesla is highlighting that Optimus would perform most of the dangerous, repetitive, or undesirable jobs, economists have already started talking about the possible displacement impact on service sector jobs. Analysts at Morgan Stanley estimate that if Tesla reaches its production and pricing goals, home robots would add more than $270 billion to Tesla's revenue annually by 2030, possibly eclipsing their car business. This is why Tesla's stock rose 7% when the dancing robot video came out, adding $56 billion to the company's market value in one day. The competition is not waiting. Amazon's Astro bot, weaker but already in some homes, is just the beginning. Chinese companies like Xiaomi have previewed humanoid concept designs, and rumors exist that Apple has a secret robotics group working on home assistants. But none have previewed Tesla's marriage of mobility, dexterity, and the ability to learn, at least not at the price expected. The competition has also become geopolitical in nature. The meeting with the Saudi officials indicates how robotics is increasingly a strategic technology. Nations are now thinking of robotics capabilities as being at the center of economic competitiveness and national security. The US government has also realized this, with talk of possible export controls akin to advanced semiconductors. While it's encouraging, there are challenges ahead. Battery life is a major challenge. Existing prototypes last 4 to 6 hours before needing to be recharged. Safety is an issue of top priority, with Tesla using multiple redundant systems to avoid accidents. And regulatory systems for home robots are still underdeveloped in most nations. Privacy experts have also been concerned with having robots equipped with sophisticated sensors navigating around houses. Tesla has responded to this by guaranteeing that any processing of personal data is done locally on the robot itself, and only anonymized learning data is sent to their servers. Tesla is not merely producing robots, they are creating an ecosystem. They are creating a software marketplace where third-party developers can create new functionality for Optimus. It's the same model of the App Store concept that transformed smartphones from communications devices into multifunctional devices with an endless array of uses. Early developer partners have built apps from personalized gaming training to sign language interpretation. A popular use case in testing has been childcare support, where the robot is able to watch the kids while the user finishes other work around the house. Although Tesla warns that Optimus is meant as an assistant, not a substitute for adequate supervision. The business model extends beyond the initial hardware sale. Tesla will offer subscription services for premium features and expert capabilities, creating a source of recurring revenue. Industry analysts estimate that the services can create more revenue annually than the hardware itself within 5 years of launch. The value proposition for consumers is compelling. A multi-purpose helper that performs dozens of household tasks for less than the cost of hiring help for a week. Purchase intent has been astronomically high in pre-launch surveys, with over 40% of upper-middle-income households indicating they would be willing to buy a home robot at the $1,000 price point. Musk's ambition is more than about convenience. He sees that home robots will solve population problems in aging societies such as Japan, Italy, and, more recently, the United States. With birth rates shrinking and aging populations growing, robots can potentially assist in sustaining the quality of life and independence of the elderly while lessening healthcare expenses. This is about returning time to individuals, Musk said in a recent interview. The average individual spends more than 100 days annually on household chores. Optimus can liberate time for what counts most: creativity, love, and the pursuit of passions. Critics say Musk's timeline is too ambitious. Robotics has long been guilty of overpromising and under-delivering. Yet Tesla has consistently done what skeptics said was impossible: popularizing electric vehicles and landing and relaunching orbital rockets at SpaceX. The creation of the robot has not been glitch-free. There were balancing issues in early prototypes, and teaching Optimus to navigate cluttered home situations was more difficult than anticipated. However, Tesla's iterative approach, releasing updates every few weeks rather than attempting to have everything perfect at launch, has allowed them to debug in real time. Mark Ryber, a former Boston Dynamics engineer who runs a robotics company, recognized Tesla's advancements. What's surprising is not so much what they've done, but how quickly they've done it. Tesla started taking robotics seriously 3 years ago, and they're getting to the point where they're nearing abilities that took other companies decades to reach. Mass production remains the biggest hurdle. No firm has ever mass-produced humanoid robots. Tesla is taking advantage of its history in auto manufacturing, but Optimus's complex parts need new technologies to produce. The firm has invested significantly in automated assembly lines commissioned expressly to assemble robots. If it succeeds, the effect will be felt far beyond Tesla. A $1,000 home robot would open up whole new industries and markets. Just as the smartphone spawned app economies and accessory markets, home robots could lead to robot-friendly furniture, home renovation, and specialty tools and attachments. Developers are most enthusiastic about the platform prospects. It's like the early days of the iPhone, one Silicon Valley investor remarked. We're already seeing companies being founded solely to develop apps for home robots, with a wager that this will be the next giant computing platform. Early access partners have created applications ranging from elder care monitoring to interactive children's education. One very compelling application teaches cooking, with the robot actually guiding users through procedures physically while describing the process. A combination of visual, verbal, and tactile instruction never before possible. Elon Musk's $1,000 Optimus robot isn't some other gadget. It's the beginning of a fundamental shift in how we live and work. With the manufacturing might of Tesla behind it, household robots are about to become as ubiquitous as smartphones, and the impact will revolutionize our economy, our homes, and our lives forever.